Today I'll be critiquing this 3D sculpture using the four tools of artistic critique: describe, analyze, interpret, and evaluate. To begin with the description, this piece is an abstract sculpture made primarily from paper mache using layers of newspaper. It has kind of like an organic shape with smooth and rounded curves instead of like sharp edges or straight lines. Um, the form has several raised and kind of like indented areas. It kind of gives like an uneven surface that draws the viewer's attention from different angles. The newspaper text is still visible. Obviously, it'll get covered up, but I think it's kind of like a cool pattern. The piece appears like lightweight but pretty solid, and it doesn't really resemble one specific object. It kind of encourages the viewer to explore its shape and texture. Now I'm going to talk about the analysis. The artist uses several elements and principles of design, I would say. The most noticeable element in this piece, I would say, is like the form. Since it's like 3D with volume and depth, texture also plays a large part because like the overlapping newspaper, you can kind of see the texture and like the ripping of the newspaper. Um, yeah, they kind of have a sense of movement too because of like the indents and the curves. The color palette of like black and white and tan from the wood glue kind of keeps the focus on the shape rather than bright colors. Okay, now the interpretation. I think this sculpture explores transformation and like the idea of giving ordinary materials a new purpose because of the newspaper. Yeah, it's something that's usually thrown away after it's read, so I think it's pretty cool that we used newspaper and because of the texture and stuff. The abstract form kind of like allows different viewers to imagine different meanings instead of just representing one solid object or shape. It creates a sense of like curiosity because the viewer wants to walk around and kind of understand the shape from multiple perspectives. Overall, the sculpture I think feels calm in a way and um, organic because yeah. Now I'm going to evaluate the piece. Overall, I think the sculpture is kind of like successful because it demonstrates creativity and a strong understanding of 3D form. I would say the paper mache was done all right. It was my first time doing paper mache, so I think it did pretty good. The wrinkles are a little. I should have maybe sanded down the wrinkles more, but yeah, overall, I think the movement is pretty good. Maybe I would add, like, I don't know, I would just say to sand it down more. I think that the principles of design were kind of good, and using simple materials kind of adds to the whole piece and, like, the shape. So, yeah,